relevant orders that you were referring to?
My lord, if my lords may kindly turn to order dated 21st of April 2011.
G.
The President of Pakistan has forwarded the instant reference under Article 186 of the Constitution. The facts.
Who was representing the President of Pakistan?
My lord, it was Mr. Babar Awan at that time.
He's not representing Mr. Farooq.
During the course of proceedings, what happened? He was representing the president in this case.
No, is he here in the courtroom or no?
He was representing the government at that time. Then his license got suspended.
No, okay.
His license got suspended.
Is he present in court?
No, he's not in court.
Okay.
Now who is representing the president?
The Attorney General.
Attorney General is the
Who will
president.
argue the case?
It is for the government to appoint any counsel.
At that time, the government chose to appoint Mr. Babar Awan as the counsel. And during the course of
He was not Attorney General.
he was not.
Right. Gee.
And on 12th of January, while his license was suspended, on 12th of January 2012, while his license was suspended,
No, that's irrelevant.
another matter.
Okay, now, okay,
Court
please
asked the
proceed.
government to appoint
Now,
him as
please
counsel.
proceed. Yeah, I just wanted that clarification. Please proceed.
The facts and the President of Pakistan has forwarded the instant reference under Article 186 of the Constitution. The facts and
ये जो क्वेश्चन बने ये अब तो कुछ सप्लीमेंट्री रेफरेंस है उस रेफरेंस पे तो क्वेश्चन ऑफ लॉ कोई नहीं है बजाय ये कैसे बने ये क्वेश्चन
My lord, in
कब बने और
continuation
क्यों
of
बने
ये इससे पहले जो orders हुए थे, if I may read the order, it so appears that the court did perhaps made the same observation at that time which my lord has just made, and then pursuant to that observation, these questions were then forwarded, and they were reproduced in this order. The facts and circumstances.
The picture, see, Awan filed this review, this reference, and for 6-7 days he was addressing this court. People who are friendly to me, they said, Mr. Kusuri, why don't you go there? I said, this can't proceed without me. Let court call me officially. Eventually, court called me officially, and I filed about 80 pages.
Mr. Kusuri, I hope you don't mind. I just want to continue with the Attorney General and then.
80 सफ़े का रिमाइंडर दिया ने उसको क्वेश्चन बना के उसको कोर्ट करना शुरू किया he lost his temper and court ने उसके 2 साल के लिए उसको लाइसेंस कैंसिल कर दिया because he had nothing to answer. He was fumbling, he was short of answer. See,
Let us hear the Attorney General Ji.
How's that man sitting?
My lord, if my lords may kindly turn to the previous order first.
In a very odd manner.
What is the date of previous order?
18th of April. I think this then answers why the questions were then forwarded and why they are recorded in the order. If my lord may kindly turn to
Let's go to this order you were saying.
So first, if I may take you to order dated 18/4/2011 and then to 21st April's order. 18th April's order.
18th April.
Yes. Because this is where I think the question arose, which questions have been referred to by the President. The learned counsel argued the case on the preliminary points relating to the questions of law in terms of Article 186(1) and 2 of the Constitution and needs further time to dilate upon the matter, adjourned to 21/4/2011. Now I'd read 21/4's order, 21st April's order. The President of Pakistan has forwarded the instant reference under Article 186 of the Constitution. The facts and circumstances relating to the questions formulated in the reference need not be detailed at this stage, except noting that Dr. Babar Awan, learned senior advocate for the referring authority, has dilated upon different aspects of the reference, which was received on 2nd April 2011 and was fixed for hearing on 13, 14, and 18 April 2011. Today, that is 21/4/2011, following questions have been forwarded in continuation of the reference, which has already been submitted for the opinion of the court. 1.
This was a supplementary reference.
So they were, I think they were just forwarded by way of a CMA, I believe they were placed on record.
we have not found out.
could be treated,
This was a
treated as a supplementary reference. I
The
believe.
questions have been framed and it was submitted subsequently.
Yes,
Which
my-
are reflecting in
Yes,
this
my
order.
lord, and that's what I think the 18th April's hearing was about, where the court was trying to collapse
Well,
the
let's
question.
read it. Let's
But
see
ye
what it
question
says.
phir aa gaye. Number one, whether the decision of the Lahore High Court as well as the Supreme Court of Pakistan in the murder trial against Shaheed Zulfikar Ali Bhutto meets the requirements of fundamental rights as guaranteed under Article 4, 1 and 2A, Article 8, Article 9, Article 10A due process, Article 14, Article 25 of the Constitution of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. If it does not, its effect and consequences. 2. Whether the conviction leading to execution of Shaheed Zulfikar Ali Bhutto could be termed as a decision of the Supreme Court, binding on all other courts, being based upon or enunciating the principle of law in terms of Article 189 of the Constitution of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. If not, its effect and consequences. 3. Whether in the peculiar circumstances of this case, awarding and maintaining of the death sentence was justified, or it could amount to deliberate murder, keeping in view the glaring bias against Shaheed Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. 4. Whether the decision in the case of murder trial against Shaheed Zulfikar Ali Bhutto fulfills the requirements of Islamic laws as codified in the Holy Quran and the Sunnah of the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. If so, whether present case is covered by a doctrine of repentance specifically mentioned in the following surahs of Holy Quran: Surah Nasa, verses 17 and 18, Surah Al-Baqarah, verses 159, 160, and 222, Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse 39, Surah Al-Araf, verse 153, Surah Al-Nihal, verse 119, and Surah Taha, verse 82, as well as Sunnah Ibn Majah, chapter 71, hadith number 395. What are effects and consequences of doctrine repentance? 5.
What does this mean? Why repentance?
I don't know if it is in relation to
Mr. Farooq Naik, please enlighten us.
I don't know if it is in relation to the statements made by a former judge.
Why repentance?
Maybe क्या कहते हैं,
Do you have any idea?
to be very honest, no. But what I feel
So
is
if you don't know-
repentance from the complainant side. That's what
From the court,
comes to their mind.
We asked Mr. Raza Rabbani is here.
Do you know? Ji? Okay. Kasuri sir, आपको पता है why the word repentance has been mentioned in this order? Why the repentance in question number 4 or whatever? What are the effects and consequences of doctrine of repentance? Why was this mentioned?
That was a very hard of hearing.
Doctrine of repentance.
तौबा
तौबा करनी
Why
है।
don't
तस्करा तौबा का तस्करा
पढ़ के
वो दिखा देना इनको जरा अच्छा नहीं आप पढ़ लीजिए
कुत्तों का भी करिए।
ये लिखा है ना, what are the effects and consequences of doctrine of repentance? Maybe it was framed, the complainant
since he was there he's the best
What he has
person to
done.
tell us. Do you know why? Do you know why this was written?
बात ये है कि वो तो तौबा तो मैंने देनी थी ना
जी जी
कि मैं कहता मैं माफ करता हूँ
इस रेफरेंस
But
में
I
तौबा माफी नहीं है।
stuck my guns.
नहीं, वो तो दिया तो किसास में आ
माफ
जाएंगे ना
कर देना और तौबा में फर्क होता है।
तौबा तो जो है वो तो अल्लाह ताला की जात से देनी होती है
ठीक है आपको नहीं पता है कोई बात नहीं let's
I'm not because
No, no, it's
Quranic-
okay.
I'm not expert. you see.
No,
Let
it's
me be
okay, it's
very
okay.
fair about it.
नहीं fair enough
किसी आलम दीन को बुलाइए
नहीं fair enough जी continue हाँ
Whether on the basis of conclusions arrived at and inferences drawn from the evidence material in the case, an order for conviction and sentence against Shaheed Zulfikar Ali Bhutto could have been recorded. So these are the 5 questions, and then paragraph number 2.
So 1 second, let us clarify one thing. Is this the presidential reference before us to answer these questions?
My lord,
It is.
Yes.
That's your position.
that's what the order reflects.
Do you disagree with that?
no not at all, this is the position now.
ठीक, आगे बढ़े.
2. In view of the importance of the presidential reference, senior advocates jurists Messrs. Ali Ahmed Kurd, Tariq Mahmood, Abdul Hafiz Pirzada, Fakhruddin G. Ibrahim, Khalid Anwar, Makhdoom Ali Khan, S.M. Zafar, Etazaz Ehsan, Zahurul Haq, and Abdul Latif Afridi are hereby appointed as amici curiae. Ms. Asma Jahangir, President, Supreme Court Bar Association, the Learned Attorney General for Pakistan, and the Learned Advocates General of all the provinces shall also appear and assist the court. 3.
Just 1 minute. So now some of them have passed away.
Yes, my lord.
Mr. Abdul Hafiz Pizada has passed away.
Mr. Fakhruddin Ibrahim has passed away.
It is 7
Sam Zafar.
Mr.
The lawyers from
Ji?
KP, they
SM
have
Zafar has
passed away.
passed
Two lawyers.
S.M. Zafar, yes, he's passed away.
Mr. Latif Afridi and Mr. Zahurul Haq have also passed.
Passed away.
And Ms. Asma Jahangir.
And Mr. Sassan.
My lord,
So we are left with, let's see. who-
Mr. Tariq Mahmood
Makes
had
it.
excused.
Is Mr. Ali Ahmad Khud present?
Yeah. कुछ सब तो मौजूद है.
Will you be assisting?
हफीज भी
Will you be assisting?
चुका हुआ है
एक सेकंड कसूर
फखरुद्दीन जी इब्राहिम का
Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute.
हमने देख लिया है आप will you be assisting Kurda sir? Yes, will you be assisting or not? Yes, we can't compel in amicus.
Sir, would you be assisting the honorable court? Yes, sir. If
But no, because that's enough. Is Mr. Tariq Mahmood present?
I think he's not well. He's excused himself.
And during the course of proceedings,
Kazuri sir, आप तशरीफ रखें.
on the objection,
No, let's just
he had excused.
Mr. Khalid Anwar, is he present?
He also excused himself.
He is?
He excused himself. There's an order of the court on this issue.
Okay, and Mr. Makhdoom Ali Khan?
He's never excused himself. He's not here today.
Not here. Okay, 1 second. So,
And then Mr.
okay, now we are left with who all?
My lord, I am
Mr. Etazaz Ehsan, where is he?
Present on behalf of Mr. Makhdoom Ali Khan. I'm present here on behalf of Mr. Makhdoom Ali Khan. He wasn't sure if your lordship will be issuing fresh notices to the amicus because as noted by your lordship, many of them have passed away.
Bhai, सीधा बात करें ना. Just tell us about Mr. Makhdoom Ali Khan. Don't
My
make
lord,
a
if your
speech.
lordship so desire, he will be present.
It's not our desire. He's been appointed. Amicus try to understand the matter.
My lord.
We cannot compel an amicus. Will he act as amicus or not?
He will be present, my lord.
He will act as
Yes, my
amicus. Okay, fine. Mr. Etazaz Ehsan?
Basically, he was amicus in this case before.
Bhai, please answer the question. Don't make a speech. Yes, no.
He was appointed as a lawyer in this case later on in 2012. If you see the
Yes,
last-
no.
No, sir, because Mr. Farooq Ashtaik has instructed him not to appear in the court after.
Yes, no.
No, sir. No, sorry, not as a amicus, but he was lawyer in the last. If you see the last order,
We have you asked you a long speech. Try to be brief. He doesn't want to come. Okay, fine. Now we're left with only two amicus then. One is Mr. Makhdoom Ali Khan, one is Mr. Ali Ahmad Kurd.
Tariq Mahmood.
And Tariq Mahmood Sahab is not well, you said. So we may also consider appointment of substitute amicus and we'll take on suggestions on board. Just bear that in mind. Please continue reading. Please continue.
Meanwhile, let the original record of the trial of Zulfikar Bhutto's case be requisitioned from the Lahore High Court, enabling the learned counsel for the referring authority to obtain copies of the same if need be. For preparation of arguments, copies thereof shall also be supplied by him to all the above learned advocates. The office is directed to put up a note for constituting a larger bench.
Then the larger bench was constituted.
My lord.
Any significant order that we need to read?
My lord, there was one order.
One order I would like to
We'll come to you, Mr. Farooq. Now relax.
My lord, there is this one order which related to, this is 3/5/2011.
3/5/2011. 3/5, not 2/5.
3/5.
G.
My lord.
3/5 पढ़िए.
G. Dr. Babar Awal, learned senior ASC, has addressed arguments at a considerable length, making reference to a number of documents to assist the court for the purpose of answering the questions framed in the reference.
2/5.
The learned counsel has also
Sorry,
moved
General, we just have 2nd of May, not 3rd.
3rd of May, sir.
हाँ लेकिन इनका कसूर तो नहीं है.
There's no copy of order dated
3/5/2011.
Gee, my lord. There is a 2nd May, and after 2nd May, it was adjourned to 3rd May, and then
We just don't have the order.
you don't have it.
2 files है, but the main file I have. So what we need to Do also is make copy of the entire order sheets.
नहीं वो है दूसरे फाइल हैं
आप दूसरे फाइल है कह रहे हैं
ब्लू फाइल देखें उसमें
Different file है.
चलो इकट्ठा कर
चलिए पढ़ लेते हैं लेट्स सी
I'll read out slowly.
Yes, please.
I'll read out slowly.
वो निकलवा लीजिए 3-5 वाला जजेस के लिए आपको भी निकालना है जी
ये अब slowly मैं जरा पढ़ूंगा.
प्लीज रीड इट
Ji, the Learned Council has also moved an application, contents whereof are reproduced herein below, that the in charge of police station Ichra, Lahore, may be directed to produce the entire record along with register number 9 in respect of case against Mr. Zulfikar Bhutto.
एक सेकंड मिस्टर जनरल जस्ट अ सेकंड वी जस्ट फाउंड द
My
ऑर्डर
lord.
there's a separate file with all the orders
Yes.
in it so just a second
एंड पेज 32 पे जी यू रीडिंग फ्रॉम द सेकंड पूरा ही पढ़ लेना डॉक्टर बाबर
Ji, Dr. Babar Awan, learned senior ASC, has addressed arguments at a considerable length, making reference to a number of documents to assist the court for the purpose of answering the questions framed in the reference. The Learned Council has also moved an application, contents whereof are reproduced herein below. That the in-charge police station Ichra, Lahore, may be directed to produce the entire record along with register number 9 in respect of case against Mr. Zulfikar Bhutto, former Prime Minister of Pakistan, in order to establish that the case was consigned after due investigation and on whose directions the same was reopened. 2. That the above request is made in the interest of justice. Next para. We consider that the production of the aforesaid record is just and proper during the hearing of the case. Therefore, the Learned Advocate General Punjab is directed to procure the same in safe custody and produce it before the registrar, which will be examined in accordance with law. I can skip the next para. Qazi Muhammad Ashraf, learned senior advocate, has joined the proceedings as amicus. The office is directed to facilitate him. And
when is Mr. Qazi Ashraf present?
He's not present today.
So he was another amicus.
Yes, my lord. And he appeared also a few times before this.
He's well?
He's well. I met him yesterday in the High Court.
And
he's okay. He's well. He's hard of hearing. He's hard of hearing a little bit.
और प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं इतना
जी प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं मगर उनके अब जरा क्या कहते हैं थोड़े से
कराची वाले काजी
काल कराची वाले
okay I know
कराची वाले
ठीक ठीक
Ji,
any other order you would like
next following order, because this was the record of the police station. 4th May. Dr. Babar Awan, learned senior ASC, has addressed arguments and reads out various documents of legal order sheets of the High Court. 2. Khwaja Haris Ahmed, learned Advocate General Punjab, stated that the record of investigation of FIR number 402/1974 initially conducted wherein the case was consigned on 1/10/1974 being untraced has not been made available. However, it is pointed to him that normally 4 copies of the police record are prepared. Therefore, further efforts should be made to locate the relevant record. 3. Secretary Ministry of Law has produced copies of certain notifications that be placed on record. Now, the next order, 5/5/2011. Dr. Babar Awan, learned senior ASC, continued arguments in support of his contention, during the course whereof he prominently made reference to the proceedings conducted after the dismissal of the review petition until the execution of sentence of death awarded to Mr. Zulfikar Bhutto. Second para. In the meanwhile, Khwaja Haris Ahmed, learned Advocate General Punjab, has been called upon to explain as to whether the original record of FIR number 402/1974 registered at police station Ichra, Lahore has been traced or not. As already observed, we consider it prima facie essential to understand the case from the record maintained by the police up till 1st September 1975, when reportedly it was consigned to record as untraced. But subsequent thereto, on the basis of some inquiry, which was entrusted to P.W. Abdul Ahad in respect of conduct of FSF personnel, investigation was started, during the course whereof investigation of FIR number 402/1974 was revived. And in the meanwhile, Masood Mahmood and others started making incriminating statements, etc. in the case. He has explained that in spite of best efforts, record has not so far been made available. However, on being asked, he read out the contents of paragraph 8 of the judgment of the Lahore High Court, reported as PLD 1978, Lahore 523, as well as the
The
relevant.
record was found or not found?
My lord, this original.
Rather than reading all these orders, just tell us in a nutshell, was it ever found or it's still untraced?
So this is, my lord, the original record from the police could not be found.
Untraced.
जी.
Okay, so why read the rest of the order? Anything significant?
इसमें ये हुआ कि इसमें जो उसकी जो
इचरा
कॉपीज
का
थी
तमाम
FI
इसे मैं बताया इचरा का रिकॉर्ड आ गया हुआ है
नहीं वो जो आया है वो FI की जो केस डायरीज थी वहां से आ गया
जी।
वहां से आ गया
तो 3 बंडल हैं उसके 3
Okay.
बंडल पुलिस के 3 बंडल
Okay, okay.
जी
Is the record
the file number 6, 7 and 21
पुलिस की 3 फाइल आई हुई हैं. चलिए ठीक है. So
6,
why are you
7 and
telling us all
21.
this then?
but we need not be.
No, tell us some relevant stuff.
My lord, after this, there were the arguments. So the only thing which was left, perhaps, was the record of the complaint, if I gathered it correctly.
Mr. Attorney General, I just have a question. Before we come to the question of law under 186 and the legal maintainability argument, as a matter of fact, could you tell us when the judgment was passed? Was the Constitution in abeyance at the time?
When the judgment was passed, yes, the
At
Constitution.
that time, could you give us a little background at that time? What was the political dispensation like at that time?
My lord.
When was in abeyance? Were there any appointments made during that period? That period needs to be understood when the judgment, those 79. Either the trial period, maybe the whole thing. When it started, what was the political situation? Was the Constitution in abeyance at that time? Was there a constitutional deviation at that moment when this entire process took place?
My lord.
As a matter of fact,
Right.
we still come to the question of maintainability, which is very important. We should have to answer.
Right.
But as a matter of facts,
My lord,
maybe you want to put it together.
G. My lord, on the night of 4th and 5th July 1977, the
We would like to see the notification, everything you see in front of us, part of the record.
ये note कर लीजिए बाद में you can provide them later. Please continue.
another order so there is another order I was requesting attorney
Please, which is the other one? Just tell us or you can read it, which is the relevant ones, orders, let's read them.
my lord this is an order dated 12th May
Tell me of which year?
2011
You see, the precise question is, I'll rephrase it again for the Attorney General, maybe you want to put a file or a paper book on, that the entire trial going up to the Supreme Court was during a period when Constitution was in place, or was it not the case?
Yes.
Was there any constitutional deviation during this period when this entire case took place? That's all I want.
yes. So the country was under martial law.
so if your lordship would allow me
I think we can take judicial notice of the fact.
Yes.
that it
The country was under martial law up
No,
until
but I just want the
1985.
dates and,
But be precise.
Yeah,
What my brother is saying.
Yeah, I would
12th May you wanted to
yes,
read.
order dated 12th May 2011 may I read my lords
12th May.
49.
12th May. From the perusal of record, it has transpired that after imposition of martial law on 5th July 1977, the criminal case against late Zulfikar Bhutto, which stood consigned, was revived. It appears that in the meanwhile, a private complaint was also filed on behalf of the family members of late Nawab Muhammad Ahmad Khan Kasuri, which initially remained pending on the file of an additional session judge at Lahore. And perhaps in the month of August 1977, the same was transferred to the file of the Lahore High Court. The record so far received from the Lahore High Court through its registrar does not indicate that the record of this complaint has been transmitted. Therefore, the office is directed to requisition the same by sending a letter to the registrar, Lahore High Court, with direction to procure it and forward the same to this court. 2.
Why you read this?
Because this complaint has not come,
Which complaint?
which is in
The
mentioned.
record of complaint has
Record
not
of the
been.
complaint has not come. Now I'll read para 2 also.
A complaint regarding what?
See, complaint was filed.
Private complaint.
Private complaint.
So there was a private complaint also which was
The
filed.
significance.
Because that would show it was an afterthought what was going on. because
paragraph two.
private complaint.
paragraph 2 अगर इजाजत हो पढ़ें clear हो
Okay,
जाएगा.
okay.
Additionally, 5 different cases, probably under various provisions of the martial law regulations, were also registered against late Zulfikar Bhutto. During the hearing of the criminal case before the 5-member bench of the Lahore High Court, and their hearing commenced at Court Lakhpat Jail from 2nd Feb 1978 by the tribunal headed by Mr. Justice Shafiur Rahman. The Registrar Lahore High Court is directed to procure the complete record of the said cases as well as transmit the same to the court. Sir, this is very important. It was a classified document, but it was declassified by the previous government. And this,
Sorry, what is this tribunal headed by Justice Shafiur Rahman?
see, a tribunal was formed to look into the veracity of the FIRs, which were registered against late Zulfikar Bhutto. And the tribunal came to the
Sorry, I'm pursuant to an order. What was it? How did it happen?
See, an order was passed by the government. A tribunal was formed. And as a consequence whereof, the tribunal formed the opinion and given the verdict that all cases were fake and they exonerated.
Where is that?
That tribunal, that it is still not here. We have got.
No. Thank you, Mr. Please. Please, I'm just asking, can you,
8 days ago, private complaint you had, that was filed on 31st of July 1977. Complaint was filed. And it was transferred.
Where is the record of the tribunal?
It was transferred to the High Court on 30th
Farooq
of
Naik?
September 1977. These are 2 dates.
Where is the record of the tribunal?
This is it was ordered by this honorable
Mr.
court.
Farooq Naik.
Ji, sir.
Please hear me carefully. If you never want this case heard, you can raise these objections. We will go by what is available before us. If something is not before us and you just make a statement, this happened or that happened, if there is some document before us, if you want some document sent for, then you have to be very specific. We will not accept a statement unless that happens. Otherwise, this will just delay the matter. I mean, it's been fixed after a very long time. And if it's not there, it's not there. So in the questions which need to be addressed and answered by this court. Full stop. He has also pointed out, order dated, in the same order, in the same order, a number of Amaiki were appointed, amongst those, and a number of whom have passed away. And some are indisposed. However, Mr. Ali Ahmed Kurd, one of the amicus, is present in court and on our query stated that he will assist the court. Full stop. In view of the fact that the matter before us involves significant and important. Sorry. There is representation on behalf of Mr. Makhdoom Ali Khan by Associate Counsel who states that Mr. Makhdoom Ali Khan is also ready to render assistance. Full stop. Since to fill the lacuna left by amicus earlier appointed, it would be appropriate to appoint further amicus. And in this regard, Mr. We consider that the points that require consideration are both constitutional, are first and foremost constitutional, particularly attending to the scope of powers under Article 186, the scope of Article 186 of the Constitution, and the nature of opinion that could be given. Full stop. Which would include the question of maintainability of the presidential reference. Full stop. Oh, having attended this aspect of the matter, if this aspect of the matter is successfully attended to, the question of the we need expertise of
सुप्रीम कोर्ट में साबिक वज़ीर आज़म जुल्फिकार अली भुट्टो की सजाए मौत के
which resulted in the decision reported in PLD.
The Supreme Court decision was 79, Supreme Court 53.
In Zulfikar Bhutto v. the state, bracket mein PLD 1979, Supreme Court 38.
53, sir.
Huh?
53 was
Achha, you interim order.
an appeal.
53, and the review mein bhi the. And the review decision therefrom reported as Zulfikar Bhutto v. State, PLD 1979, Supreme Court 741. और तो कोई नहीं था, हाँ, यही दो थे।
Sir, may I make a submission?
Wait a minute. जुमला कैसे शुरू हुआ? Namely, Mr. Justice Naseem Hassan Shah. Full stop. And a review and the interview given by him to Mr. Iftikhar Ahmed, then associated with GEO television, and Mr. Kasuri has also referred to. आपकी CMA कौन सी है, Kasuri साहब? CM has also referred to
CMA 5788 of 2011.
2011.
and has also referred to a civil miscellaneous application number 5788/2011, wherein he has filed extracts from the book published